Hey everybody, welcome back to the Breath of Fire 3 walkthrough. We are just getting done with the freighter, and so we're about to take all the parts back to Momo. And again, I don't remember if I mentioned this in my previous video or not, but there are actually extra parts in there. So if you want to, like, I don't know if you call it, like, have a perfect item list or something like that, then you need to have these exact parts right here. So 2A's, 2B's, looks like 3C's, so on and so forth. But she doesn't actually need any of part B, but she does need these three part C's. Looks like two of these part D's. She doesn't need part E at all. That's not on the diagram. And then this F, it looks like it's 1. Yeah. And then 2 of part H. So yeah, so that should be it. That's it. So you should have 2 extra B's. I missed the rest. 2 G's, like a F and an E. I think that's right. That could be wrong, but anyways. So yeah, so again, if you want to have, I don't even know. I guess you can call it like a perfect item list. Or if that annoys you, and you don't want to have those extra parts in your inventory, then go ahead and give all those to Momo. In this episode, unfortunately, not a whole lot of the battle system. So if you're here more for the battle system, which is kind of, I don't know if I'd say my forte, but that's what I tend to focus on a bit more. So unfortunately for this particular episode, there's just so much story to get through. There isn't a whole lot of combat focus. But whatever. That being said, that's also not for everybody. Well, there's a lot of people that are a little more story focused. So I guess if you're one of those people, you're in for a treat. All right. So okay, looks like we're heading back to Rapala after obviously repairing the ship. I can't remember if they spot the black ship or if they're talking about the black ship. I think they talk a little bit about the black ship. Something about the black ship. But anyways, there's what they call the black ship. Oh, here we go. This is where they're finally talking about it. So Bade asks, what the deal was. What happened to the ship. I mean, he's kind of I don't know if you'd say the boss. I guess he's probably the boss. Being that he's the guild master. So he probably is entitled to know what's going on, especially with the, I think this is the guild's only ship, I don't know. But anyways, he basically asks the sailor what happened, and, the sailor said, well, we had a little, I don't know if it was a run-in with the black ship. But apparently this black ship is in front of us. We couldn't avoid it. Okay, yeah, so they smacked into, it looks like they smacked into the black ship. So it sounds like it's a pretty big freighter, and it certainly looks like a massive, I mean, this thing kind of looks like an oil tanker or something, This thing is huge, in comparison to the to the guild ship, which is also kind of funny. The guy says, oh, it came out of nowhere. Like, really? That thing came out of nowhere, buddy? I mean, unless it was really foggy, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and just say that it was foggy. But yeah, so this thing, from what Bade says, it doesn't typically come out here into the shallow waters, and it just kind of stays out in the outer sea. So kind of interesting there. All right. These 2 sailors will take you anywhere you want. So finally, we actually have access to the ship. Or maybe I should say partial access to the ship. And here's Zig. Zig showing his character. So yeah, again, you know, I think when we first at least for me anyway, the first time I had ever saw Zig, I was like, oh, you know, who is this turkey? I don't like this guy at all. And you know, he really kind of turns out to be a good guy. He says, hey, you know, Bade may have beat me out to the you know, fixing the lighthouse, or getting to the lighthouse anyway. And Shadis. But he's like, you know, but I'm the best sailor, period. So kind of, I don't know if you'd say forces his way onto the boat, but you know, whatever. This is it, my big chance. Okay, this is his big chance. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so the plan is to... I think the plan is to go out, yeah, the outer sea. So we want to cross the outer sea, obviously. And here you can kind of talk to all the party members, and you know, I'd recommend doing that especially if it's the first time you've ever played through the story. But I just came out here to Nina, and I believe Nina is the one that actually triggers the progression. And here, how many times did I talk to her? Wow, I must have just been bashing the button. I think I hit it like 3 times. That's like my magic number, apparently, when I go, or when I'm not paying attention. I did that with the guild master in Junktown too. All right, so cross the ocean. Big. Thought you might say that. Oh, hey, that's good to know now. Oh, by the way, no one's ever came back alive. Okay. And I thought, like, you know, the first time I played this, I was like sure this was gonna end up being like a, you know, a one-way trip. Like we were gonna go out across the sea, and probably the ship was gonna get destroyed, and you know, you're gonna be stuck in this other place forever. And you know, you do spend some time. You do spend some time here in actually. That's not yet. Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. There is a point of, I guess you could say, kind of a point of no return, but it's not here. It's coming up quite a ways yet. The weather started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed. I think that's how that song goes. Gilligan's Island song. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen it. Here's Ree. I assume he's puking over the edge. And Pico looks like he's completely dazed. So... Okay. So I think they turned around. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So Zig realized that you know, the ship wasn't gonna be able to handle getting across the ocean, so kind of turned around and he says, you know, hey, if the best sailor in Rapala can't do it, then no one can, basically. But there's a legendary mariner. But it's just a legend, a story. All right, it's got to be some truth behind it. We got to find out about this dude, this legendary mariner. So, anyways, the legend is about this guy that came from the other side of the ocean and crossed the outer sea. So, we need to learn more about him. Let me know when you're ready to go. How about, you know what? How about right now? How about right now? All right. So here you kind of get a little bit of control of the boat. Is it again? I think we did have control over it a little bit there. Yeah. But I just make the beeline right for Parch. Look at that deadly blade. Love that thing. And I had to re-equip the coupons because planned on going on a little shopping spree here. Yes, I do need the fishing gear, sir. So this, I think this is this level 3? I think this is level 3 bait for fishing. And you know, that's really good stuff. I mean, in all honesty, most of the these are just a couple of random weapons that I picked up. That ruby scepter, yeah, ooh, gosh, I want to say the ruby scepter has an ability that can be used in, like, if you use it in battle. I want to say it casts a fire spell. Fire Blast is coming to mind, but I'm gonna check and make sure here because I don't want to give bum info because that will bother me. Ruby scepter casts flare. I believe that's a single target spell. So, I would say if you ever, you know, need the flare spell, then, you know, by all means, grab a couple of those. I think I would say one of my favorite uses for them is in Mount Zublo. If you are trying to get, I shouldn't say that. If you're trying to use the Lava Men leveling trick, instead of buying Molotovs, you can just use the Ruby Scepters. So, yeah, you know, not I don't know if I'd say it's cost effective or efficient. You know, the Ruby Scepters themselves cost a lot of money, whereas I believe Molotovs are only like 10 zenny a pop or something like that. So, you know, if you're trying to save money, that's probably not the best way to go about it. But even, you know, that being said, if you got some extra cash laying around, then by all means, go right ahead. Alright, so I kind of lost track of where we were at. Too much talking. It's kind of my thing with walkthroughs. Talk a lot. I know, it's kind of weird. God, what am I doing? Where am I going? What's even happening right now? Okay. So, wow, I must have missed talking to the mayor in Parch. Anyways, the mayor basically has charts to navigate the outer sea. Sorry, the currents in the outer sea. Actually, not really. It's not really the outer sea. It's actually just to navigate the currents around the legendary Mariner's place. So, whatever. You know what? Whatever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah. So, anyways, you need to. What was it? It was something like the mayor is sick of eating fish. So the idea is that you're going to make him. I don't know if you'd even say like make him like fish. It's more like you're gonna make him this dish to kind of get. Maybe it is. Maybe it's to kind of like get him back into eating fish or something. I don't know. But anyways, the mayor of Parch. You know, the Parch is obviously a huge fishing village. That's basically the only source of food they even have there. And so he must have got some bad fish or something, and he basically he won't eat it. He won't eat it now. So it's our job to get him back into fish, back into liking fish. And so here we've got a little side quest. Shouldn't even say a little side quest. This is a huge side quest. But you come all the way back here to the Makis Gorge and talk to the I'm gonna call her the Shizu chick. It's this, you know, obviously this little house down here, and she'll tell you, you know, all the different ingredients that you need to make the Shizu. And then right outside, basically right outside the house, and that's why you need to have Pico here. Right outside, right, you want to bash this tree, and I think I wanted to fill up my inventory on Shaley seeds, and you don't really need to. You only need like, I want to say that you only actually need 15 for the quest, but I just bashed this tree until I got as many as I could possibly get, and then I took off. Yeah, here you go, but you can't carry anything else. So that's the queue that you've you know, maxed out. You've hit 99 in your inventory. And like, so this is actually an extremely long side quest, and some parts of it are quite annoying. But you know what? We're gonna get through it. I just know it. And man, I want to say that fishing spot right there opens up right now. I think you have to actually have this quest going and talk to the Shizu lady before this fishing spot will even appear. You know, for some reason, you know, or maybe it does, or maybe, you know, maybe it already was open and I just never noticed it, but I don't know. All right, so this must be ingredient number 2. We are trying to catch a mackerel. Yeah, that was the first one I caught, I believe, and that was actually a little one as far as mackerels go. And look at these! I'm just hammering these right off the edge. All right. More important thing to know about these is the mackerel that you actually use in the quest, and actually, so you basically have a recipe of these 4 different items, and the mackerel, the size of the mackerel, I should say, let me back up. The recipe itself uses, you can use a, you can either follow the recipe that she's got for you, or you can do your own thing. But if you want to get basically the best item possible, because there's a little reward for this side quest, but to get the best reward possible, you need to have a mackerel that's between 60, it's basically 68. Is it centimeters or is it inches? Let me see how these. You know, I'm gonna bet it's centimeters. I think that's how they do the measurements for the fish in this game. Let's check though. Check once we reel this guy in. I think this is the one too. I think this is the huge one.
Very good.
Yeah, it's centimeters. All right, so there you go. Bam, 70 centimeters. Like I said, 68 or higher, or bigger, I should say. And one thing you gotta know about this is when they select the size of the mackerel for the actual quest, it's not basically it's the biggest one. It uses your record length of fish. So like if the biggest mackerel you ever caught was 60 centimeters, it will use a 60 centimeter fish. You know, it'll never use anything smaller. So basically what you really need to know is that when you go to make this thing, you know, it doesn't matter which order you caught them in. It doesn't matter, you know, if you caught your mackerel, your 70 centimeter or 68 centimeter mackerel, you know, and then you caught like 3 more after that. That doesn't matter. It's just going to use your biggest one. It's going to use your record fish basically. So, you know, again, if you didn't stop and you just kept going, fishing there, you know, and caught a bunch more mackerel, that doesn't matter. That's fine. It's just as like I said, as long as you caught one mackerel that's 68 centimeters or bigger. Okay, so anyways, on to the next item. And actually, we've already been, you know, if you're watching the other videos, we've already been over to this area to get the, what are we trying to get here? This is the horseradish. So again, you know, I've already been over here, and I want to say on a couple of different occasions. Sorry, owie, that hurt. So we've already been over here a couple of times, and we're actually going to stop in one more time because if I remember right, my recipe was 7 horseradish, and every time you step into the Ogre Road, you can only get 3. So, you know, you'll have to, if you want to get, like I say, if you want to get the best item for the Shizu quest, you're gonna want to step into this area 3 separate times, and get a total of 9 horseradish. You know, you're gonna have a couple left over, but yeah. You're gonna need to. Oh, look at Gar. Level 22. Look at you, you beast. And these guys, you know, nothing new. We've already been through here a billion times and destroyed all these bads. So I'm not gonna speak too much about these two. Here we are. Slice these bad guys down. All right, so there's the last set of 3 that I needed. But again, you know, if you've only got 3, you didn't come in here the first time, or you missed cutting them down, or for whatever reason, if you don't have 9, you know, just exit out of this area and come back in, and those horseradish will respawn, I guess you could call it. Alright, what else are we doing? I think that I stop in here on accident. No, I'm in the wrong spot. I thought I was somewhere else. I'm trying to think if the... Yeah, the teleporters are working. You know, if you want to skip this area, you know, you can run all the way up to Emmetai's house and just step in the teleporter. Obviously, I did not. But, you know, if you don't want to run through here every single time, because it can get, I don't know, it can be a little annoying. But other than that, I don't know, whatever. It's not, I never found it to be that big of a deal. Especially coming back through the other way, because there's kind of like that little shortcut where you drop through the mountain. So yeah. See if I ran into any. No, I don't think I ran into any Goo Titans. Boss Goblin, big Boss Goblin. Rate became 26. Not bad, not bad. Alright, how much do we have left here? No, still a bit. Alright. Finally onto the other side. Alright, like I said, you know, if you don't like that area, you can just stop in at Emmetai's house and teleport over to Windia. Oh, that can be kind of a pain in the butt too, so I think that's why I just ran. And here, I came here too early. This, I only had 3 of the items that I needed. I'm trying to think over it. We are missing the vinegar. Tell you what. Yeah. I was like, what? What do you mean? Just show me how to do it now. And I was like, oh, yeah, I don't have the vinegar. All the way back out. Alright. Let's head over to the coffee shop. So here's where the final ingredient is. And man, I absolutely hate this part. I hated it. Okay. He's got to run all the way over here, and you need Gar. So, and he has to be the lead of the party. And he's so big that you can't like switch party. You know, you can't cycle your party members in this spot because he's too big. So you have to like walk, you know, to a certain spot, and it's just super annoying. Okay, first you lower the rope by pressing the triangle button. And then you should be able to hear it. You'll hear it hit the water. And at that point, yep, stop pressing the triangle button, and then you have to remember how many times you press the button. And then you press left and right, back and forth, to fill the bucket up with water. And then I think it's, yeah, X to pull the button up. And you have to press the X button the same number of times you press the triangle button. So I think when I did this, so I'm pretty sure I failed once. This first one. No, so no. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I failed once. So let's see what I did. See if I even made it to the pulling up part. Yep, I did. And then I dropped the bucket. So I didn't keep a good rhythm for pulling the bucket back up after I had got the water in it. You actually kind of have to tap it fast. I'd say, I mean, you know, I can't even really compare this one to the pulling the parts in. You know, remember with you had to, you know, use a gar to pull the parts in out of the water. I can't even really compare it to that because it's not like that at all. Basically, it's after the guy says, okay, ready, go, or whatever like that. Did I fail again? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I failed. Or wait, no. Oh, did it. Okay. So that was my one of the successes anyway. But yeah, like I said, so the important thing is to keep a good rhythm. Actually, you kind of got to tap it kind of fast when you actually go to pull the rope back in. And in all honesty, I don't really think that you need to keep track of how many times you lowered it. So, you know, like I said, so basically you hit the triangle a certain amount of times until it hits the water. And in all honesty, I don't think it's that important to remember how many times you lowered it. It's just you have to make sure that you don't press triangle again once it actually hits the bottom. And then, you know, you, like I said, so you wiggle it back and forth to actually get water into the bucket. And then you just hit it with a good speed, you know, to bring it back up. And again, now I don't think, if I remember right, I don't think it really mattered if I tapped it too many times, because it just finishes. It seems like once you hit the right point, you know, it just finishes, and you don't have to worry about pressing it too many times. So, you know, again, try it out, see for yourself. My biggest recommendation, though, would be once you actually do get water inside the bucket, to just keep a really good pace. Really hit that button, you know, pretty quick, to pull it back up. The X button, that is. So, but after you get this done, I mean, in all honesty, this is the worst. This is the worst mini game in the entire game. I think it's just because you can't really tell. You can't really tell where the rope is at. You can't. You know, you have to be listening. So, I don't, you know, you'll get it. It may take a couple of tries, but just keep at it and you know, do your best. You know, if you find yourself having trouble pulling it back up or something, I guess maybe try to keep track of how many times you lowered it. But again, I didn't feel like that even mattered a bit. I think I just bashed the button until, you know, you get the little victory music and he's like, oh, okay, you're done. And then here apparently I just completely overshot the gorge. My bad. All right, so boy, we're almost getting to the end here. Almost getting to the end finally. I'm trying to think if you even actually need to talk to her. You know, I wish I would have. 8, vinegar 2, horseradish to be 4. All right, so in the next video, I'll actually show you the recipe that I use every time, and that's to get, you know, in my opinion, the best reward. All right, but anyways, so yeah, this video is gonna come to a close. So you know, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was helpful. But yeah, thanks for watching.